Feels good to execute some long overdue showcase justice. Now, I'd like to switch gears, indulge myself a little, and use this technology to go up against 3 WWE legends that I've dreamed of competing against in a WWE ring. First up is a trip to the land of the extreme, ECW. When I first made it to WWE, I started on their ECW brand, but I always wondered how I do in the original ECW. Who would I face, you ask? Who is CM Punk's dream ECW opponent? And you know me, I aim high. And if I went to ECW and didn't call out the king of the deathmatch, the hardcore icon, if I didn't call out Cactus Jack to show me what extreme truly means, then what am I even doing here? The most violent of Mick Foley's alter egos, Cactus Jack tormented foes in the United States, Puerto Rico, Japan, basically anywhere that had glass, barbed wire, and fire was a place he wanted to compete. But I'd want my match to be at Hardcore Heaven 1994, a show made famous when the fans threw so many chairs into the ring it covered both Cactus and Terry Funk as well.
Please do not throw chairs into the ring! Stop the chairs!
Cactus Jack was a master of the Falls Count Anywhere match. It allowed him to be at his very best, and that is exactly what I want here. Whether you take me into battle or side with Cactus, you need to know that you're going to be in for a fight. But proving yourself against CM Punk is just as valuable as proving yourself as CM Punk, so you win either way. And I get to live out my dream no matter what.
Folks, I can already warn you, this match will not be for the faint of heart. The war of words between these two men, CM Punk and Cactus Jack, has come and gone, and now it's time for a war.
Double leg takedown and trying for a quick pin here.
Oh, wait a minute, turns the leverage for a pin. He calls off the pin attempt, maybe wanting to try something else.
CM Punk looking to show off his power game now. Butterfly back.
And it's CM Punk, Cactus Jack, two absolute narcissists obsessed with their own self-righteous worldviews.
Throwing caution to the
Taking
wind.
a fight to nowhere.
You can be fearless, but you also need to be smart, and that was not smart.
CM Punk stopped that in its tracks. Sheesh, a painful-looking chop. Hooked up. Boom! Elbow drop with authority.
Precision elbow strike. Cactus absorbing some offense already. Almost an appetizer for this sadist.
And Cactus Jack is just so unpredictable. When you're in the ring with him, you never quite know what he's going to throw at you.
Well, I'd usually counter that you can't let Cactus get the chance to unleash his particular brand of insanity on you, but that's not a realistic possibility here. Punk just needs to do what he can to keep on Cactus and be even more unpredictable, if he can. Relentless violence is Cactus Jack's stuff.
Shoulders down, this could be it. Gets his shoulder up before the 2 count.
I didn't think this match was close to over.
A Falls Count Anywhere match certainly lends itself to extreme activity. There are no rules that govern how you score a set pinfall or submission. We both know Punk and Jack are certainly able to get extreme.
Both men have strong ties to the birthplace of extreme, ECW. CM Punk began his career in WWE as part of the ECW brand, with multiple ECW title reigns to his name. Cactus Jack put the company on the map during its infancy and became a multi-time tag team champion during ECW's heyday.
It's once again an ECW original versus some new blood. Let's see which side prevails this time. a stage like this, there's no way this is going to end well.
Understatement of the year. Fight on the stage only leads to disaster, believe me.
And things backstage are getting quickly out of hand.
Bro, they're done playing nice. They've got some serious aggression that needs to be worked out, and this just might be the best way to do it.
CM Punk now connects with a Uranagi, and textbook CM Punk Anaconda.
And for some reason, he just broke his own submission hold. Oh, spinning kick to the gut. Turns it around. And Cactus Jack's never backed down from a fight in his life, and looks like tonight will be no exception.
Dangerous intentions on the mind of the madman, Cactus Jack.
Oh, with authority. What happens next is anyone's guess. I can't wait to see.
Doing battle on the stage, danger lingering everywhere. And he's able to avoid that offense.
Your arm is trapped, and here come the elbows. Ooh, vicious. It really looks like nothing can contain this fight.
Got out of the way of that one.
Run out of ringside and back to the mat.
Bam! Well-placed calf kick.
Taking things to the top rope.
From the heavens.
Tremendous impact. Watch out. Looking for more.
And ball. Oh, got the knees up just in time.
And he stops that offense.
Oh, we know what's coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, GTS connects. Will that sew this up for Punk?
High rent district for CM Punk. Look out. An unrelenting assault being brought to Cactus Jack.
Yeah, CM Punk is looking to inflict as much. CM Punk with a quick movement. Uranagi connects. He's not done there.
He just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here.
And he chooses to leave the ring. Oh, he's about to leave his mark on the competition with that kendo stick.
Bam! God, that disturbing sound of the kendo snapping on flesh. And it seems like his head might be the target here. Just remember that attacks to the head like that can build up quickly.
These two men have held the biggest prize in WWE on multiple occasions. Both very proud champions.
Yes, Cole, both Cactus Jack and CM Punk have reached the top of the mountain here in WWE. But let's not pretend they are both in the same echelon. Nice movement from Punk, and the Uranagi connects, and now
he lets his opponent out of the submission.
Yeah, but who knows what damage is... been done.
Adjusting their opponent again. CM Punk really trying to up the ante at this point as he climbs the turnbuckles and drags his opponent up there too. Arms hooked up. Oh God. The plunge! Just fired their best shot and then some. And into the pin.
Good Lord. CM Punk just defeated Cactus Jack in the ECW arena.
Here is your winner, CM Punk!
Oh man, that was wild. The results don't even matter when you're in the ring facing legends and matches you never thought possible. A win, a loss, come on. It's about the moment here, and what a moment that was. Now that I got my ECW experience taken care of, I have my sights set on a man that many consider my dream opponent. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Despite our glaring differences, there's a lot of similarities between us. Give us a microphone and watch us captivate the audience.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
We do not back down from anybody, always ready to fight. Talking trash on an Attitude Era Raw against a prime Rattlesnake simply wasn't in the cards for my career, but at least with slingshot technology, I can make this match happen. All the respect in the world to Steve and every single achievement in his career, but trust that I'm going to bring the fight to him in a no-holds-barred match the second the bell rings. Austin wants to brawl all over the place? He wants weapons? Sounds good to me. Hell, I'm all for it after that fight with Cactus Jack. I've even got a special place in mind. A special arena in Chicago where we can have this all take place. Are you going to back me up and try to take down Stone Cold? Or do you think Steve Austin has my number? No matter what you choose, I'm going to do my best to take the head off the snake.
Son, you're looking at the best there is.
The Texas Rattlesnake is here, looking to hunt down CM Punk.
From Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve Austin!
Steve Austin looks ready for a fight.
And he looks even more ready to teach CM Punk a lesson.
CM Punk wanted this. He wanted his shot against Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Well, you get what you ask for, Punk. A tall, cold can of whoop ass is about to be opened up in that ring.
This is it. No holds barred between... CM Punk and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Talk about hard-headed competitors who insist on playing by their own rules. Austin and Punk would be a tag team made in heaven if either of them could stand working with somebody else.
But sometimes it's similarities like that which breed the most contempt. And last, these two Hellraisers get a chance to see who the biggest rebel in all of WWE is. is. He's looking for an implement of destruction under the ring. And now headed to the outside. He's setting this table up, and guys, someone's about to have a really bad night. Over a decade ago, these two men sat together for a very intense confrontation. During that interview, CM Punk claimed he would have thrived during Steve Austin's era, just as he did today.
Punk also claimed that there were more sharks in the water during the Attitude Era than during Punk's heyday. Now, I take some umbrage to that since I was in the water during that era, but I get where Punk is coming from. Punk is a man who rises to the level of the competition. He's risen to it when facing the likes of John Cena and The Rock, and he can do so when facing another Mount Rushmore talent like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
There's no hook.
Oh, this is what you get.
The slingshot cross body.
A huge risk, but an even bigger reward.
Oh, heavy contact into the steel steps.
Watch out. Tossing those steel steps like they're nothing. Watch out.
Good Lord, taking flight. Adrenaline can make you do crazy things. Exhibit A right there.
Clubbing blow.
Fends it off. Good counter. Get this back into the ring now.
Austin letting his opponent know who's in charge.
Looking for something, anything under the ring.
He's about to make this more chaotic than the Battle of the Hudson.
Two men fighting right now that could not be any different when it comes to their backgrounds. Punk has often been a straight-edge antagonist, and Austin is forever known as a beer-swilling hero.
Yeah, these two would probably never hit the town together after a match, but there are so many other elements of their personalities that completely align. Both Punk and Austin are steadfast in their beliefs. They both love to fight more than anything and stand tall as icons of their respective eras.
It's almost like if they weren't so stubborn, they'd make the perfect tag team.
Counter. He knew just what to do.
Counter after counter. Neither superstar getting the clear advantage. Just a mess of wood and flesh after that.
CM Punk looking to end things here. Down with a GTS.
It's all Punk's for the taking.
Will he get on with it already? This is a fight. He might just be stalling for time here.
Austin with great awareness.
When asked about facing CM Punk, Austin claimed that he would push and prod to get the best out of Punk, to give Punk an even bigger mean streak than ever.
I'm not so sure that's humanly possible given the depths we've seen Punk sink to in order to secure a win, but I do not doubt the words. The rattlesnake. When you're in the ring against Austin, you have to be at your best, and CM Punk will certainly need to compete at his highest level to date in order to secure a win.
Strong counter from Punk. Piercing chop. Using the rope to their advantage. Very effective. Stone Cold too slow there. Something we've discussed before is that Punk represents the best of the modern era, and Austin the best of the Attitude Era. Both men have proven they can.
Perched up top.
Oh, a malfunction at the junction. Connected hard with the calf kick.
My God, guys. Punk's got Austin at his limit. The rattlesnake is in deep trouble.
Vicious. And he evades sudden, swift, and brutal impact.
Big right hand.
Finds the advantage after a string of counters.
Differing in-ring styles from these two men. Punk is methodical with his strikes and submissions, but Austin prefers to brawl as soon as the door breaks. That seemingly favors the rattlesnake, doesn't it?
Look, nobody's going to bet against Austin in a no-holds-barred match. You think a man with an extensive MMA background like Punk doesn't know a few illegal moves that are normally grounds for disqualification? Well, tonight he's got them in his back pocket to snare an unsuspecting rattlesnake.
Come on, stop this. Your point's made. No need to keep on doing this.
Nicely done, managing to save themselves there.
There's press. And look at CM Punk. Punk powers out, still going strong.
How on earth could he not keep him down for even one at this point?
When asked about the locker room of Punk's prime,
CM Punk hoists his opponent. Go to sleep.
Is that enough to take out Austin?
Shattering stunner.
He just suffered the ultimate humiliation as a competitor. It's all over. CM Punk has beaten Steve Austin.
Here is your winner, CM Punk!
I have one last personal dream match that I'd like to make happen. And since I'm the one controlling the fancy fantasy time travel computer today, it's exactly what we're gonna do. He dominated the cruiserweight scene in WCW, then joined WWE, where he'd capture European, Intercontinental, and Tag Team Championships in short order. Eddie Guerrero was pure magic in the ring. And while I was still on the indie circuit, I watched Eddie return to WWE using his Latino heat to do the unthinkable. Capture the WWE Championship.
Eddie to the top rope. Frog splash! Frog splash!
Lying, cheating, and stealing his way to the top was the only way Eddie knew how to get things done, and the fans loved him for it. I always hoped that when the day came that I signed with WWE, I'd have the opportunity to perform with Eddie once again. But for now, we'll let Slingshot Tech make the impossible possible. Just like my matches against Cactus Jack and Stone Cold, who you choose is on you. No matter who you choose and no matter what happens in the ring, we're still cool. And Eddie Guerrero will forever be loved and missed. Viva lo Asa, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a match many thought we would never see. Eddie Guerrero versus CM Punk.
Just listen to this ovation for the Second City Saint.
CM Punk just soaking it in, feeding off his hometown crowd.
Latino Heat!
From El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 228 pounds, Eddie Guerrero!
Just look at that smirk on Eddie's face. He's eating this up, not being intimidated by all the noise, not being intimidated by Punk.
Eddie can match Punk with his technical ability, he can match him with his mental game, and he can match him on pure fighting spirit. And once upon a time, when they met in the ring before WWE, Eddie had the experience. You have to wonder if Eddie can exploit that and make Punk once again feel like a rookie.
You have to think that Eddie would love nothing more than to take the win from Punk here in front of his home crowd.
Yeah, Cole, but whenever CM Punk is in Chicago, he fights like a man absolutely possessed.
CM Punk. Squaring off against Eddie Guerrero. And just listen to this crowd here in Chicago.
They are feeling the heat indeed. The ring psychology we're about to witness from these two is something that will be studied for years.
Two men who met decades ago before either one reached their heights. But now Punk and Eddie are so
Take off. Body from the top. Up and forced down.
CM Punk, Eddie Guerrero, two of the best to ever do it in that ring. They've crossed paths before Punk joined WWE.
Indeed, Cole.
Cover here. Is it enough? Counters!
cover. Oh, turning it around.
Hold it, over, reverses it. Shoulders down. Elevates his shoulder ahead of the count.
Might have caught a second wind here.
This is going to be a slow, methodical match as much as it'll be a psychological one. Right now, I really can't tell who's got the advantage.
Punk and Eddie are so technically matched. I really think this one's going to come down to opportunities. Not only who can create them, but ultimately who can capitalize the fastest when those opportunities arise.
From way up, double axe handle connects. Momentum is really on Punk's side.
Punk proving he's seen this movie before, and Eddie can't find an opening here.
Float over Russian leg sweep. You know, so often when we have these dream matches, there's some sort of stipulation involved. But for Eddie and Punk, tonight's a pure wrestling match.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. Yes, both men are known to lie, cheat, and steal, but there's an art form to doing so within the limits of the rulebook. Plus, even though both men have lived in the land of extreme, I have a feeling both men will fight with honor tonight.
And saw what was coming there. Oh, that hurt. A steady stream of moves taking out Eddie.
Punk is not taking his eyes off Eddie for a second, and it is paying off.
Turns it around. Eddie able to take a stand there.
But Eddie has to push now while the window's open.
CM Punk and Eddie Guerrero had a few matches with one another in 2002, which was less than 5 years removed from Punk's in-ring debut, only 3 years from when he decided to pursue professional wrestling full-time.
Even that early in his career, CM Punk was known as an indie darling, a pro wrestling wunderkind. But Punk has said that being in the ring with Eddie back then made him realize that he had a lot left to learn. It would be 4 years after their initial encounters that Punk would finally make his way to WWE.
True to his in-ring form, it shows Punk's a diligent planner when it comes to in-ring competition. He could have rushed his way into WWE and challenged Eddie again, but who knows how Punk would have performed with less time learning his craft. Now, he's the best in the world, and he's ready to show Latino Heat everything he's got.
Struck with a calf kick.
And CM Punk's maintaining the advantage now.
A series of disabling maneuvers from Punk.
Showing off the quick That'll turn things around in a hurry.
Hard-hitting calf kick finds its mark.
Outside of WWE, Punk and Eddie have had a handful of matches. But when it comes to singles bouts, the record between these men is tied at 1 win apiece, with a time limit draw as well.
You cannot ask for a more even rivalry than that, Michael Cole. Each man is going to pull out all of the stops to win that final, decisive victory.
And guys, Eddie's going to need to dig deep into his playbook if he wants to come back against Punk now. Placed him in the corner here. Sharp chop. Catches the kick. Dragon screw. Game changer. Guerrero's falling victim to the onrush right now.
Now, Latino Heat has got to invent a new bag of tricks here. CM Punk has an in-ring IQ that's second to none. But I wonder if even he can play for a man who immortalized the phrase, lie, cheat, and steal.
Corey, let's not...
CM Punk looking to turn out the lights.
Go to sleep! Guerrero's on his last breath. Guerrero timed that one well.
Huge kick connects. Point of the elbow, nailed it. Connecting with a sharp elbow. And CM Punk is leaving no breathing room here.
Punk is determined right now.
Oh, the reversal by Eddie Guerrero. And Eddie pays for leaving an opening.
I know CM Punk, and the man was always confident that he'd reach the mountaintop in WWE. But starting his career
From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash.
He's able to dodge that one in time.
brutal club. Latino Heat bringing a bit of a simmer to CM Punk as he starts to register some attacks.
Oh, knee right to the spine.
Eddie willing to do whatever it takes for the win.
From the top.
Oh, and nobody's there.
Big time height on that kick.
Once again, attacking the skull and doing some pretty decent damage in the process.
Whipped into the corner with tremendous force. Oh, foot just stomping down. Oh, great wherewithal there. DDT. Top rope for Eddie.
From the top. Saw that coming in, quickly got the knees off.
Chop.
Crack your knuckles. We've got a Donnybrook here.
Giving up now is not an option. They have to finish this.
Neither competitor shows any signs of letting up or slowing down here.
Each exchange just sapping the energy from these two.
Oh! Barely anything left, but still slugging away. Just emptying everything they've got now. All this heavy are
Things have just gone nuclear. Warheads landing on the front lines now.
That shot ends things. With the lariat.
Up and
Oh, knee right to the spine.
Eddie now perhaps looking to utilize that power game. Crashing down with a brainbuster. Eddie's got Punk seeing more stars than on the Chicago flag after that one. Back and forth. This has been an absolute choke.
launching.
Oh, the knees caught him. Could be a turning point. Running hurricanrana.
Shut the door. This could be over.
He breaks the ref's count after one.
After everything we've seen tonight, he must be using the reserve tanks at this point.
flying.
Oh, he timed that counter well. Oh, stiff uppercut.
Time to go for a ride.
Bang! What a move.
A little cockiness here from Punk. What's it going to take to win? Stopping that offense with a swift elbow. Gets out of there with an elbow to the gut.
Spin kick to the midsection.
A well-placed calf kick there.
He's going up. Look at the height. Frog splash.
Punk now lifting his opponent. Oh, and back.
The go to sleep. GTS from Punk.
Is it the finishing touch Punk needs?
And the momentum is shifting away from Eddie.
Guerrero needs to better assess the situation to turn this around.
Dangerous Hurricane Rana.
And Punk has got to feel like he did back when he was a rookie. He still doesn't know how to handle the team. From the top.
Frog splash does it.
Will that close Punk out?
Cover. Shoulder up before the count started.
His resiliency on another level. This match on another level. I am truly at a loss for words here.
What other option? You're enough. By Punk. He turns it into the Anaconda Vice. Oh, a couple of knees there. That'll get him out of it.
Eddie's ready for something.
Uh-oh. Pop right in the stomach creates this.
Punk's had enough. He's looking.
Uh-oh. Eddie with a reversal.
Latino heat with a boot to the gut.
Brainbuster!
That's Guerrero showing that just when you expect him to cheat, he can just out-wrestle you instead.
From the top. Frog splash.
Here's Eddie's chance.
Makes the cover.
Two of the biggest personalities in WWE colliding here tonight in Chicago. This might be the biggest match of the year.
You can tell there's a lot of respect between Punk and Eddie. Punk idolized Eddie as a teenager, and then the two crossed paths before Punk joined WWE. But even with that mutual respect, I expect the rules to be tested tonight.
Oh, we know Eddie will do that, and Punk has shown he'll adapt when necessary. But at the end of the night in Chicago, only one of them will stand tall.
There it is. CM Punk and Eddie Guerrero had a few matches with one another in 2002, which was less than 5 years removed from Punk's in-ring debut, only 3 years from when he decided to pursue professional wrestling full-time.
Even that early in his career, CM Punk was known as an indie darling, a pro wrestling wunderkind. But Punk has taken off.
Oh, no, went big and pays for it.
I don't care how tough you are. Hitting the floor from that height has got to hurt.
Oh, man, a face scrape with his boot.
And now we're getting an up-close and personal view of this fight.
Ah, double stop right to the arm. And here he is, heading back into the ring. Calf kick finds the mark. You know, so often when we have these dream matches, there's some sort of stipulation involved. But for Eddie and Punk, tonight's a pure wrestling match. And I wouldn't have it any other...
Up high! And nobody home on that one.
Down with force.
This Chicago crowd getting even more excited. CM Punk is showing what he's capable of against Eddie.
Blast off! Wow! Cross body!
And he's looking for it again, heading to the top.
Stalking from above.
Up high.
What a crossbody.
Attempting high-risk move after high-risk move at a breakneck pace. Back into the ring now.
Oh, big mistake, and that error could be costly.
Two men that are the epitome of resilience. Punk and Eddie always fight with everything until that final bell.
This is going to be as much a psychological match as it is a physical one. I'm sure Eddie is looking to lie, cheat, and steal his way to victory here. But I can guarantee that Punk can plan for that.
Not letting him finish that thought.
CM Punk, Eddie Guerrero, two of the best ever do to that ring. They've crossed paths before Punk joined WWE.
Indeed, Cole. These two men engaged in multiple battles on the independent circuit during Eddie's brief time away from WWE when Punk was still an in-ring rookie. Punk's raw skills at that point sharpened Eddie enough for Eddie to return to WWE and become a world champion.
But now Punk has the skills and boot to the knee, just felling their opponent. And now, oh, a pin attempt out of nowhere.
And easily kicks out of the count.
That was not even close to keeping him down. Oh.
Eddie has to be aware now. This isn't the kid I faced before. This man is my equal, maybe better.
You have solidified your name as a top athlete when you're able to pull off that move.
Oh, the sheer force of that Irish whip.
Denied via a wicked punch to the stomach. I know CM Punk, and the man was always confident that he'd reach the mountaintop in WWE. But starting his career, guys his size weren't considered main event talent.
Seeing a guy like Eddie Guerrero, who once competed as a cruiserweight, take on and topple giants of this industry and win top titles in the biggest main events. Oh, that had to inspire Punk.
It definitely does, Wade, but don't think for a second that the respect...
Opponent lifted up, jaw, meet knee.
Boom! GTS. Now CM Punk needs to end this.
Dropping the knee. Overwhelming offense now from Punk.
Punk proving he's seen this movie before, and Eddie can't find an opening here.
Outside of WWE, Punk and Eddie have had a handful of matches. But when it comes to singles bouts, the record between these men is tied at 1 win apiece, with a time limit draw as well.
You cannot ask for a more even rivalry than that, Michael Cole. Each man is going to pull out all of the stops to earn that final, decisive victory.
Check out the springboard. Caught with a clothesline.
And his ribs may be smarting as it seems his torso is the target du jour.
And an elbow from the middle rope.
Eddie got out of the way.
CM Punk has an in-ring IQ that's second to none. But I wonder if even he can plan for a man who immortalized the phrase, lie, cheat, and steal.
Corey, let's not discount that Punk has shown he can be underhanded as well. But something we know about Eddie is that he knows when to dig even deeper into his bag of tricks when facing a more seasoned opponent. I think we'll see some antics.
Uh-oh, sweet dreams coming.
No, GTS. That's going to keep Guerrero down.
Here we go. Big splash. Guerrero's falling victim to the onrush moves right now.
Punk is not taking his eyes off Eddie for a second, and it is paying off.
We've already seen a few blows land above the neck.
That gets reversed on CM Punk.
Massive miscalculation on that one.
Oh, what a clubbing blow.
Hooked up, and boom!
He's heading to the top turnbuckle. Look at the height.
Oh, the knees at the last second.
Caught in a bad spot.
I'm getting Eddie into the pin.
Punk covers out. Still going strong.
Are you kidding me? Not even a 1 count.
Counter by CM Punk.
Oh, Mongolian chop.
DDT. Punk scaling the turnbuckles. Look at the height. Frog splash.
CM Punk looking to end things here. Gotta sleep. And at this point, that has to do it.
Dueling reverses.
Uh-oh.
Suplex.
Hit on CM Punk. And a shoulder is lifted before one.
Before the 1 count, he's got to be having a laugh.
Looking to go up high. First up top. Through the air. And connects.
Wiping out the competition, but also possibly yourself.
Under the ropes and back into the ring.
From the top.
Diving double axe handle.
Consecutive high-risk maneuvers, and the pace of this match has certainly picked up.
Planted with a neck breaker.
Oh, lands right on the knees. That can change everything. Could be thinking about a powerbomb. Way up there. Driven down powerbomb.
As we've seen so often, it's hard to find answers against Eddie, and Punk now knows that too. Burst of strikes.
Up and...
Oh, knee right to the spine.
Wants to finish this.
Off the mark.
And he manages to escape. Punk peppering his opponent with attacks. Uranagi into the Anaconda vice grip.
Perfectly
And there you have it. It's all over.
Here is your winner,
Slingshot tech creating matches I only thought could happen in my wildest dreams is pretty awesome. But I see another application that, to this point, has not been attempted. I want to see Slingshot tech show me what could have been, too. One of the questions I get more than anything else is some variant of, what do you think would have happened if you stayed with WWE in 2014? Now we have a perfectly viable tool to at least attempt an answer. Hopefully, Slingshot Tech is up to the task. While I may not know too much about what the future could have held, I do know that Triple H himself, after having sent his corporate goons after me following the Royal Rumble that year, was sizing me up for a matchup at WrestleMania 30. And I do know that if that match actually happened, I would have absolutely humiliated him in front of the world. Now, there's no question in my mind I'd have run right through him. I'd waited years for this chance. After all his tricks during the summer of 2011, bringing in his friends to attack me, using his corporate position to constantly stack the deck against me.
I'm not picking a fight. I'm just saying be careful who you push. Because you know I like to push back.
I was ready to bring it all back to him tenfold. I'd have buried him. But let's see if you can breathe life into my words. WrestleMania 30, CM Punk takes on Triple H. Time to play the game? Well, Hunter, I hope you realize that CM Punk doesn't play.
CM Punk, Triple H, set for one-on-one action tonight. The championship main event implications on the other side of this match.
Triple H looking to dash CM Punk's WrestleMania main event dreams, stating that he's only doing what's best for business. Triple H has served as a proper roadblock for Punk this long. Can he continue to do that here tonight? Wants to finish this.
Soaring. Wow, cross body. Uh-oh.
What a power slam. There's a lot to say about these men's thoughts about our business. Who is right or wrong could be a matter of opinion, but I'll admit, most of the WWE Universe certainly sides with CM Punk.
It's because they can relate to him, Wade. Look at Triple H's head. A guy that looks like CM Punk doesn't belong in the ring with someone that looks like the King of Kings.
But look at CM Punk's career. The accolades have shown Triple H to be wrong. CM Punk is WrestleMania.
Incoming!
Oh, man, he landed rough there.
Float over a Russian leg sweep. Off the welts already forming from that kendo shot.
Triple H was waiting on that. And we have to look at Triple H's motives tonight. It's the COO's duty to ensure the best product for...
Down the line to the schoolboy. Shoulders are down.
The rope saving.
Well spotted by our official.
Oh! Driving that knee deep into the enemy.
The game showing just a small measure of his disdain towards CM Punk. And Punk continuing his quest for change, knowing he has to get through the King of Kings first. Oh, and he stays ahead of Triple H.
Calf kick on the money.
Uh-oh, captured. Driven into the knee. Punk really wants to humiliate Triple H tonight. Has told the game, I'm in the ring every week performing at the highest level, and that's what makes me the best in the world.
A bit of a jab. Punk inferring that Triple H spends more time.
About to be locked in. Here we go, guys. And he's releasing the hold. I guess he might have something else in mind here.
Jeez, that's going to leave a mark.
Slips out of the way. Just doing the worst to the leg there.
And a drop kick. Picture perfect. No. Crashing to the floor.
Really thought that was going to work, but now we got a human being we have to scrape off the floor. Mounting their...
Uh-oh. Counter. Saw it coming. Planted. Neck first.
Sent flying hard into those steel steps. A bone And the cerebral assassin taking pleasure in every attack he delivers. From the top.
Whoa, look out.
However much you think that hurt, I promise you it was way worse.
Flying ringside with pinpoint accuracy.
Good reflexes from him there. Punk now with a quick duck under and a Uranagi converts it into the Anaconda.
Not sure what he's thinking, letting go here.
Diamond-plated steel coming at you. And the confidence in Punk is growing. He can feel Triple H fading.
Triple H gets back in the ring.
Oh, he's just baiting his opponent now. Letting his opponent know he's fully intending to use that kendo stick.
Looks like he's coming back in. Climbs the roll-up, and we have a rope break.
Great ring awareness.
Stops the kick. Dragon screw. Game changer.
Triple H dodges out in time.
Big time height on that kick.
That was a stiff shot with a kendo stick. The game getting picked apart here.
Yeah, Punk clearly hell-bent on putting the game out of commission.
They're lining up their opponent. What do they have in mind? Knee drop.
That last shot did major damage. Blood's running down his face.
He quickly slides into the ring. Oh, kendo stick right to the head.
Evades the attack and not a moment too soon.
Oh, what a club. Setting up. All the way out, Plex. And just raking at the eye.
Punk peppered his opponent with attacks. Uranagi.
And wait a second. Interesting turn of events here.
Yeah, he just released the hold, and I'm racking my brain wondering why.
And somehow, a scramble in the corner now. CM Punk climbing the ropes, cooking up something, looking for something big here to put this one away. Oh my! The plunge! We've seen that end so many matches. This could be another.
2 count. Punk did it. Punk's going to the main event of WrestleMania.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
The best thing about defeating Triple H at WrestleMania 30 is the spot it granted me in its main event later that night. A full 11 years before I'd actually see that dream fulfilled. The worst part? I'd be entering battle at less than 100% against Randy Orton and Batista. Great. Batista had won the 2014 Royal Rumble, locking him into a match with WWE World Heavyweight Champion and my old pal, the Viper himself, Randy Orton. But my match with Triple H came with that added stipulation where the winner would join the match and make it a triple threat. This time, though, I'm going to let you choose who you want to control. Would Randy Orton have walked out of his matchup still on top? Would Batista unleash the animal within for another dominant victory? Or would that kid from Chicago shock the world and win 2 matches at WrestleMania against 3 of WWE's most dominant and imposing figures? I don't know for sure what will happen, but I do know what I'd like to see. Well, what is it that you want to see when CM Punk takes on Randy Orton and Batista in the main event of WrestleMania 30?
The following contest is a...
8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8 This isn't what Batista or Orton wanted. They were hoping this title match would be an Evolution reunion. Instead, CM Punk is playing spoiler in this triple threat.
And that's exactly why this WrestleMania crowd is on the edge of their seats. We expect the unexpected, but no one thought CM Punk would make it all the way here tonight.
Now Punk just has to finish the job. But Orton and Batista stand in his way with championship ambitions of their own. No countouts, no disqualifications, triple threat rules. CM Punk in his first WrestleMania main event. A dream come true. CM Punk has totally defied the odds as far as his accomplishments here in WWE.
If he can beat all of Evolution in one night, it'll add extra credence to being called the best in the world.
CM Punk finds himself in a very tough spot here between Randy Orton and Batista. How can Punk keep his title dreams alive in this one?
Caution's the name of the game for Punk. He already wrestled one match tonight, so he's the soft target. He has to duck and dodge and only go on the offensive when it's as safe as possible.
The referee was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Batista stepping up to the top. From the top. You gotta be kidding me.
Betting it all on a daring leap from the top.
And it paid off for the moment. Now it's time to capitalize. Bam! You know, Batista and Orton were complaining for a couple of weeks that this match was going to be a triple threat, that they were really promised a one-on-one match.
Not only that, Michael Cole, we have been robbed of an Evolution WrestleMania main event.
Oh, brother, what a pity.
Truly, Cole, CM Punk has ruined what could have been three titans waging war over the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Orton with a plan in mind.
Neckbreaker. And now the prime target is Batista, the six-time world champion.
Swinging the kendo stick like he's in ECW.
Equalizer in hand, and he is just goading his opponent to make the first move.
That one busted open the animal.
And after what CM Punk had to fight through earlier tonight, he can't possibly be in the best shape for this triple threat. Orton and Batista were fully aware of that fact.
Absolutely. Trust me, they watched Punk's match earlier. They know everything that is hurting on CM Punk right now. There is blood in the water.
You're talking about the heart of the Second City Sanctum. The chance to become the champion outweighs any lingering pain. Wow, what a shot. Oof, that's going to echo in your ear for a bit.
And Orton just with nowhere to turn in that exchange.
He's climbing to the top.
From above.
Fairly long. In the moment, he better, from way up, taking this fight back into the ring. Going to the top rope. What's his plan?
Directly into the pin attempt.
Loose cover leads to a strong kick out. Oh.
You cannot look at Randy Orton without saying, wow, that is the face of W.
Taking flight. Double axe handle connects.
What's this?
From the top.
Shut down with an axe handle.
Taking a chance one more time and landing with incredible impact. Coming back from the outside now. I don't know what they're looking for here.
They're looking to cause quick, sharp damage. You can't go wrong with the kendo stick.
Batista is looking to close this one out and averting damage there.
And he decides to let his opponent out of the hold.
Might have felt like he was losing a grip and didn't want the opposition to counter out of the submission.
CM Punk headed to the top, flying. You gotta be kidding me!
A true sight to behold, only made better by that picture-perfect one. Opponent lifted up, jaw, meet knee, go to sleep. Pivotal moment, we could have a new champ. Thundering, CM Punk with a quick movement. Uranagi connects, he's not done there. He's locked in the Anaconda vice grip. So,
a couple of knees there. That'll get him out of it. He's rummaging for some sort of equalizer underneath the ring.
And he doesn't even need to swing that kendo stick that hard to inflict a ton of pain.
This is just turning into a savage display of violence.
Oh, diamond-plated steel coming at you. Can Batista fight back from this? Does he still have the animal in him?
And here he comes, set up for the famed Orton stomp.
It's almost like Randy enjoys this.
Just punishing his opponent.
Goes for the suplex. Power up high. Oh, but dropping behind Eddie.
Escapes and a chop block takes him down.
And I've been saying this in the lead up to WrestleMania. The Viper has been lying in wait, and it would be a big mistake to underestimate the champion.
That's a good point, Wade. It's funny, over the past couple of weeks with the stuff going on with Triple H and CM Punk and Batista getting in Stephanie's face, Randy Orton in many ways has almost become an afterthought.
It's hard to believe the WWE World Heavyweight Champion is an afterthought. But you guys are right. Any two of these competitors is a recipe for a classic, but all three, this is incredible.
Batista. Orton and Punk each giving their all in that ring. Stop cold with a clothesline.
CM Punk knows what's at stake here more than anything. He said he wants change in WWE.
From the top rope, took the risk, received absolutely zero reward.
And that may have just been the turning point in this match. And now he's back into the ring.
Kendo stick wrapped around the head.
Randy predicted that.
Clothesline.
CM Punk.
Uh-oh. Orton gets the better there.
Managing to evade the precarious position there. This match was always going to be hard fought, but Punk, Batista, and Orton are refusing to... The animal, so powerful, so dominant.
With the Batista bomb!
The challenger might have what it takes to win this.
Two. A kick out by the challenger, keeping the championship dream alive. No surprise that what we're witnessing is trending.
Forget trending on social.
The animal now looking to muscle up his opponent.
Batista bomb.
Can we have a new champ after that? Quick evasion from him there. Oh, we know what's coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, go to sleep.
That might have just sealed the deal on us having a new champ. Boom! Incoming. Ooh!
Orton outfought him there.
Thunderous clothesline.
Can Orton withstand this attack?
Alarms must be going off in Orton's head now. Ah, ye old faithful of violent artistry. The kick. Punk now looking to up the ante, and he locks in the
Kneeing his way out. And he's free.
And he comes in under the ropes now. Sent into the corner.
Lightning fast power slam by Orton.
We're at a vital stage in this matchup, and this audience is full.
Orton.
RKO out of nowhere. Will the champ make that pay off?
What's it gonna take to end it? It might be this. Go to sleep. Are we about to see a title change here?
Two.
He's Cena against Orton and Batista.
And the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, CM
Closing out WrestleMania 30 by appearing in my first ever WrestleMania main event? It's a hell of a start to this alternative timeline. In a world as absolutely chaotic as WWE, calling future shots is nearly impossible. You could win Money in the Bank, you call your shot for a match down the line, and then get taken out by injury. Your best friend might turn on you right as you're about to claim tag team gold. The best laid plans, at least in WWE, often go astray. But in 2015, something swept through WWE that I know would have piqued my interest. After capturing the United States Championship from Rusev at WrestleMania 31, John Cena would hold the U.S. Open Challenge each week on Raw. Names like Sami Zayn, Big E, Rusev, Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins all answered the call and gave it their best shot. With the history shared between myself and John, you're nuts if you think I wouldn't have accepted that challenge. I'd have waited a couple months, maybe with a slight hope that Cena would start to feel the fatigue that comes with weekly title defenses. But once summer hit, that's when I'd start getting ready. Like, say, July 27th, 2015, when the music for John Cena's opponent hits. What if that night? What if CM Punk walked through that curtain? Would I take another championship from a shell-shocked Cena? Or would my name join the rest of those who failed to take him down? It's up to you, really. Can John Cena turn back another challenge? Or will CM Punk be crowned the new United States champion? Create the moment that you want to last forever.
The following introducing the challenger from Chicago, Illinois.
Cena defending the title against anyone.
Week after week, Cena's US Open Challenge has been can't miss TV. But tonight is the biggest defense yet. CM Punk attempting to win his very first US title. It's really the only major title he's never held.
Well, with that in mind, it really does feel like there's even more on the line here than just the U.S. title. The anti-authority versus the face of WWE. This is a clash of epic proportions.
Yeah, and I think Punk's trying to send a message to everyone here tonight. If he doesn't get what he deserves, he'll simply take it.
The John Cena U.S. Open Challenge has already given so many opportunities to up-and-coming talent in WWE. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, even Bad News Barrett.
All great competitors, no doubt, but none of those talents are on the level of CM Punk.
I'm right here, guys!
Cena has no control here.
Punk's technical prowess is proving hard to handle for Cena here.
Power slam. Good night. Russian leg sweep. Placed against the turnbuckles. Oof. Running knee in the corner. Hooked up. Shin breaker.
I'm just going to ask this. Why has it taken CM Punk so long to answer the US Open Challenge? Is Punk intimidated by Cena nowadays? Remember the last time these two lift off.
Wow. Cross body.
Someone knows that if they want to hold gold at the end of the night, they have to pull out all the stops.
And that was a well-executed attack. And Punk is really putting the pressure on.
Yeah, you can just tell that Punk's outthinking Cena.
Watch out. From the top with the splash. Uranagi by Punk. He turns it into the end. And he decides to let his
it felt like he was losing a grip and didn't want the opposition to counter out of the submission. Mongolian chop. CM Punk looking to turn out the lights.
Go to sleep! The challenger is not holding back. Punk's had enough. He's looking to end this here. Down with a GTS.
We might see a new champion crowned.
2. Kick out, kick out. The champion stays alive.
We almost just had a new champion. Less than a second away.
Punk took his best shot, gave him everything he had, but just couldn't get the pin.
Hard-hitting calf kick finds its mark.
There's the pin for the championship.
And new U.S. champion, CM Punk.
Here is your winner, and the new United States Champion.
Adding another classic encounter with John Cena is always the right call, and answering that U.S. Open challenge is something I know I would have done if I was around for it. I also know exactly what my plan would have been at the start of 2016. Now, as you may recall, it was at the Royal Rumble that year where AJ Styles finally made his WWE debut.
The phenomenal one is here, AJ Styles.
It's one of those moments where it felt like time stood still. Everyone trying to come to grips with the fact that, yes, AJ Styles is now in WWE. His arrival opened the door for a litany of dream matches. And in that time, he's made many of them happen, battling top names brave enough to step up to him. And you better believe that if I was here, I would have walked to the ring that very first Raw after the Royal Rumble, and I would have set down the challenge. CM Punk, AJ Styles, WrestleMania 32. AJ and I have traveled many of the same roads in our respective careers, but unfortunately, they never led us to having a proper one-on-one matchup in WWE. I respect AJ. He's another wrestler that made his name his way.
Since 1998, this man has competed all over the world.
I earned the right to be here in the WWE.
Getting the chance to be his first WrestleMania opponent, it's too good to pass up. As usual, it's up to you. Do you want to prove to be the best, or is being phenomenal more to your speed? They don't want none? Oh, believe me, I want it all.
And it may have taken years for AJ.
And the time has come to finally answer the question of just who really is the best in the world. The phenomenal AJ Styles, the Second City Saint CM Punk. Face to face in a WWE ring on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania.
Styles and Punk have traveled up and down the same roads, wrestled in the same high school gyms and armories, competed internationally, and honed their crafts to the point where they can both be called the best. But tonight, all roads have led them to this moment, where only one of these men can be called the winner.
Taking out the knee.
Both CM Punk and AJ Styles are known to attract followers, whether it's a club or a society. Each man frequently has backup at their beck and call.
Well, I will thank you for not bringing up the new Nexus, Michael Cole, but I will tell you this much. I firmly believe this match will be a one-on-one affair. When it's a match of this caliber on a stage as big as WrestleMania, you don't want to leave any doubt as to who the better man is, and that doubt sets in the moment that reinforcements come into play.
Oof, man. AJ capitalizes on that misstep. Big night for AJ Styles making his WrestleMania debut. Punk has been here quite a few times. We've seen Punk fight fair at WrestleMania, but just as often we'll see him cut corners.
Indeed, in the past we've seen Punk call in reinforcements against Rey Mysterio. From the sky! Oh, he lands hard.
Locking up with one another. That'll move you back. Oh, clothesline. Oh, he flips that around. Denied and reversed into a DDT.
Struck with a calf kick.
Overwhelming offense. Trying armbar. Able to reach the ropes and break the hold. And now he's going to the top rope.
From the top. Huge splash from up top.
Trying armbar. He just manages to get to the rope. Submission hold has to be let go.
Lift off. Body out body. Consecutive high-risk maneuvers, and the pace of this match has certainly picked up.
Styles and Punk have obviously competed against each other outside WWE.
Look out!
What a crossbody!
Making that type of athleticism look easy.
Punk looking to finish this with the Anaconda Vice. Cinching in the Anaconda Vice.
He just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here.
Had it scouted. Now can capitalize.
CM Punk and AJ Styles are both absolute geniuses when it comes to in-ring IQ. Both have great striking and submission skills as well. But the outlying categories will be what defines this match.
I'm with you 100% on that, Corey. AJ Styles has the edge when it comes to aerial attacks. CM Punk is the better brawler. I expect each man to make this his kind of match, and whoever is more successful in doing so is likely to end up the victor.
CM Punk looking to turn out the lights. Go to sleep. It's all Punk's for the taking.
CM Punk looking to end things here. Nails the GTS. Styles wasn't ready. It could be over.
And the kick out.
The resolve of AJ Styles. I can't say anymore. It just leaves me speechless.
And Punk might have just swung for the fences, but it wasn't good enough.
You've got to be kidding me. How was he able to kick out at this point?
German suplex.
Styles looking for oomph.
Strikes with a kick. Ooh, that got turned around. Roll up here. And Punk gets the big win over Styles.
Here is your winner, Sing.
An honest dream match for any era, and you made it happen. That's the power of Showcase. I've said it repeatedly that it's impossible for me to predict a hypothetical scenario with precision, but I have to believe that if I was here in 2019, I would have done anything to get into the front of the line to be Kurt Angle's final opponent at WrestleMania 35.
He has held every title imaginable. European champion, Intercontinental champion, 6-time world champion.
Not many people know this, but when I first joined the ECW brand in 2006, Kurt Angle was my goal. He'd found new life with the brand, leaning into the extreme side of things, mauling his opponents with a reinvigorated approach to the ground and pound offense. But those dreams would go unrealized with Kurt leaving WWE only about a month after my arrival. I could see it all in my head, though. Kurt comes out on Raw to announce that he'll be retiring at WrestleMania. With the crowd already shocked, Kurt goes to announce his opponent, only I wouldn't give him that chance. See, I really don't care who Kurt's chosen, because as I'd say to Kurt's face, I've chosen Kurt to be my opponent at WrestleMania 35. If Kurt wins, he gets to go out on top. But when I get the win, Kurt at least had the chance to go out on a shield against an opponent willing to push him to his limits. Kurt's retirement will happen one way or another, but it's up to you to decide who will be standing at the top of the winner's podium and who will have to settle for a silver medal when I collide with Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 35.
The man looking to end the career of Kurt Angle. The only gold medalist in WWE history. The wrestling machine, Kurt. It was CM Punk who threw a challenge at Kurt Angle. Said he wanted to give Kurt the chance to see if he could take down the best in the world in Angle's final match. And what a better place to do it than at WrestleMania.
Yeah, how could Kurt resist? Angle and Punk have
Trying armbar. He makes the choice to abandon the hold. Making way toward the top rope. Up high. Crossbody from the top. Once again, heading up.
He's going back for more. How much? Incoming. Crossbody.
Taking a chance one more time and landing with incredible impact. Any advice for CM Punk here? Taking out a gifted technician like Kurt Angle.
Look, Punk's no slouch when it comes to holds and technical abilities, but let's be clear. He's not on Angle's level. That means Punk really needs to avoid getting taken down to the mat. You don't want to be on your back trying to out-wrestle Kurt Angle.
Oh, what an axe handle.
I talked to Punk earlier today, and he said he fully expects Angle to be a step quicker than he's been recently. A little more intense, the Kurt Angle of old.
Fitting American sports analogy here for an American hero. You gents, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like a ledge.
Perched up top.
Crash landing.
Turns around Angle's move.
Proof these superstars have done their homework.
Beautiful gator roll.
Ow! And no matter how we got here, this is a match the people have been wanting to see. The Olympic gold medalist taking on the best in the world. A match that can propel both men's legacies even further.
Check out the springboard.
Oh, like a projectile, right on target. We're going to crank on that arm here. And now locked up tight. Couple of shots to the midsection here, trying to desperately fight their way out, and the hold is broken.
Despite what has transpired leading to tonight, there's a level of respect that CM Punk has for Kurt Angle. Punk might even have love for Angle. But Punk will not be sorry about beating Kurt in his final match.
There's all this talk about the storybook ending, the beautiful button on the career for Kurt Angle, a big win at WrestleMania. Think of what this would do for CM Punk.
CM Punk locking in the Anaconda vice grip.
He's in a bad position now.
Resisting as much as he can, but for how much longer?
He submits. He taps out.
Here is your winner,
Maybe it's only in an alternative timeline, but I'll take the advantage of any opportunity to share the ring with Kurt Angle, win or lose. And as far as what happens if I stay in WWE, there's one more match I'll always wish for. Working with him, even if it was only briefly when he joined the new Nexus, made it abundantly clear to me that he would accomplish anything if he ever committed himself to it. A return to NXT gave him that chance, and soon Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family were the talk of the wrestling world. They arrived on the main roster, terrorizing any superstar that got in their way.
And Bray Wyatt calmly watches as his family members dismantle Punk.
That included me. And while I have a match at the 2013 Survivor Series that on paper says was against the Wyatt family, it didn't have Bray Wyatt in it. I never got to compete against him once he realized his potential. I would have loved to have The Fiend set his sights on me. The Fiend took wrestling places it had never been before by taking his opponents places they had never been before. If I had my way, I'd take on The Fiend at WrestleMania 37. And I'd look for solace in the one place that I know to be the great equalizer. Hell in a Cell. He was once in a lifetime. I'm thankful for the time we did have together. But until we meet again, we'll make it happen here in my showcase. CM Punk against The Fiend at WrestleMania. You can choose who you'll control. But once that door closes, there's no telling what will happen.
It all comes down to this: Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania. A demonic structure built with thousands of square feet of cold steel chain link. And tonight, it will be the battleground for CM Punk and The Fiend.
Being a WWE superstar, you find yourself in a lot of dangerous situations. But right now, I don't think anyone is in a more dangerous situation than CM Punk.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
For the first time ever, guys, CM Punk will enter Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania.
We've seen Punk inside the cell before, but this is something else. Facing The Fiend on the grandest stage of them all. I can't imagine what's going through Punk's mind right now. He has got to be a bundle of nerves.
Yeah, Corey, separately, Hell in a Cell, WrestleMania, and The Fiend are all daunting presences to prepare for. But together, this has to be nearly impossible.
Legends, champions, Hall of Famers, all of them have left their matches against him different. Some scarred, some broken, but none of them have ever been the same again. And here he comes, The Fiend, begging for you to let him in. Tonight he looks to drag CM Punk deep into the darkness inside Hell in a Cell.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. You don't fight The Fiend. You survive him. Every opponent that has ever crossed paths with The Fiend has been changed forever.
Just look at those eyes, or whatever is hiding behind that mask. There's just pure evil.
This has never been about winning or losing for The Fiend. This has always been about destruction. And tonight, his evil gaze is locked And CM Punk.
Or you can prepare for a wrestler. You can prepare for a fight. You cannot prepare for the Fiend. This being doesn't wrestle with logic. He doesn't wrestle with reason. He wrestles out of pure malice.
Not flinching at the steel structure, not blinking at the tens of thousands here in attendance. To the Fiend, this isn't a punishment. This is his paradise. CM Punk is about to be locked inside the Devil's playground with the Devil incarnate.
You can hit the Fiend with everything you got, and he'll just keep getting back up. He feeds off the pain, and for as good as Punk is, he may find himself a broken man before he even realizes what's hit him.
I can't imagine what's going through Punk's mind right now. Not only taking on the Fiend, but being locked inside the Hell in a Cell with that monster at the showcase of the Immortals.
His nerves have to be shot. As calculated as Punk is in the ring, there's no way he could possibly figure out what the Fiend is about to unleash on him.
He won't know where, when, or how it's coming. All he can be sure of is that it's gonna be brutal.
Oh, cracked with a Mongolian chop.
Well, according to my notes, CM Punk has in-ring experience against Bray Wyatt, but in reality, he's never seen this side of Bray.
Each shot landing with a little bit more bang. Ooh!
Big shots being fired right now. Neither competitor letting up.
Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe.
What impressive determination from both competitors, keeping at each other no matter what.
This has turned into a violent game of chicken. Who's going to step off the gas first?
Indy counters. Calculating the next move here.
Can't prepare your face for that.
Just over a year ago, at WrestleMania 36, The Fiend competed in one of the most unorthodox matches in WrestleMania history, the Firefly Funhouse match. He took John Cena on a journey of mental anguish and brutal self-reflection before beating down the franchise and pinning him in the center of the ring. I don't think Cena will ever be the same if we ever see him again.
Should the Fiend look to repeat his masterclass of mind games, it'll be interesting to see how it works on Punk. On one hand, Punk can handle the most extreme mental warfare. But the Firefly Funhouse is where skeletons of a superstar's past are exhumed. Wyatt has plenty of history to pull from when it comes to CM Punk. If he can find the right parts of Punk's psyche to target, he may be able to once again decimate a surefire Hall of Famer on the grandest stage of them all.
This might be one of the most psychological matches we'll ever... witness in the history of WWE.
The Fiend started laying his groundwork earlier. I know Punk seems like he's unfazed, but deep down I think the seed of fear has started to sprout inside him. Punk has to do everything he can to fight through that fear if he wants to walk out of WrestleMania with the win tonight. A truly rough blow to the head, and it seems to be the main target here.
Guys, I can't believe it. Punk has the Fiend reeling. Punk might just slay this monster. Looking to explore every inch of hell here now.
Oh, my God.
Oh! And Punk making his way back to the ring.
Whoa.
corner now.
Oh, it's shoulders down. Does he have him? Punk powers out, still going strong.
I am honestly at a loss for words right now.
I can't imagine what's going through Punk's mind right now. Not only taking on The Fiend, but being locked inside the Hell in a Cell with that monster at the showcase of the Immortals.
His nerves have to be shot. As calculated as Punk is in the ring, there's no way he could possibly figure out what the Fiend is about to unleash on him.
He won't know where, when, or how it's coming. All he can be sure of is that it's gonna be
Down on the skull. Just over a year ago, at WrestleMania 36, The Fiend competed in one of the most unorthodox matches in WrestleMania history, the Firefly Funhouse match. He took John Cena on a journey of mental anguish and brutal self-reflection before beating down the franchise and pinning him in the center of the ring. I don't think Cena will ever be the same if we ever see him again.
Should The Fiend look to repeat his masterclass of mind games, it'll be interesting to see how it works on Punk. On one hand, Punk can handle the most extreme mental warfare, but the Firefly Funhouse is where skeletons of a superstar's past are exhumed. Wyatt has plenty of history to pull from when it comes to CM Punk. If he can find the right parts of Punk's psyche to target, he may be able to once again decimate a surefire Hall of Famer on the grandest stage of them all.
Something that should not get lost in all of this chaos. Before he was The Fiend, before he was Bray Wyatt, the man under that mask was actually a follower of CM Punk.
Yeah, shortly before Bray Wyatt found his way, he was part of CM. Punk's new nexus under a different name. You have to wonder if whatever's left of Bray's psyche under that mask still has some respect for Punk. If so, I wonder if the best in the world can somehow use that to gain a mental advantage.
Well, according to my notes, CM Punk has in-ring experience against Bray Wyatt, but in reality, he's never seen this side of Bray.
Something else to note is that Punk's previous matches with Bray were tag team contests that included the rest of the Wyatt family.
Wow, so Punk's first ever singles match with Bray Wyatt is against The Fiend? I rarely bet against the best in the world, but this...
He just turned the cell into a heap of twisted metal.
And this is why the risks are truly endless in a Hell in a Cell match. Nowhere and nothing are safe. Not even the walls themselves.
He's on the top of the cage. One misstep and it could be over.
He got himself in this situation, but how does he get himself out? Into the ring again now.
What's in the bag? What's in the bag? Tell me what's in the bag. He left himself wide open. Big mistake.
Both of these men have had cult-like followings in the WWE locker room, but tonight is purely a one-on-one battle.
For a multitude of reasons, not the least of which is the gargantuan cell surrounding the ring. It's nearly impenetrable.
And neither man seems to welcome any allies at this point. The Fiend's transformation seems to have shed any vestige.
Oh, God. Onto the thumbtacks.
Just decorated with all that sharp and painful glitter now. Death by 1,000 cuts. Just immediately being stabbed by hundreds or thousands of tacks. I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemies. Just tearing it.
Shoulder into the midsection and a pin
Oh, turning the pin around.
Breaks his own pin for reasons unknown to us. The Fiend wards him off.
Under the thumbtacks.
Just had no way to avoid the tacks. And now, said tacks have essentially become one with their body.
Knees across the abdomen.
All those thumbtacks, they are going to look like chopped meat after that.
She could airline miles for that. The Fiend's onslaught continuing, making things very difficult for Punk.
There's the pin. Oh, man, this could really come back to bite him in the end.
Ooh. Smiley dipping out of harm's way. Every maneuver being returned with counterfire.
A bloody knee right between the shoulder blades. Working on their arm.
Ooh, nothing pretty. Punch to the mouth. Sequence of reversal.
I can't imagine what's going through Punk's mind right now. Not only taking on the Fiend, but being locked inside the Hell in a Cell with that monster in the showcase of the Immortals.
His nerves have to be shot. As calculated as Punk is in the ring, there's no way he could possibly figure out what the Fiend is about to unleash on him.
He won't know where, when, or how it's coming. All he can be sure of is that it's gonna be brutal. CM Punk and The Fiend facing off against each other at the event that brings out the best in each man. WrestleMania.
You speak the truth, Corey Graves. Every time Punk comes down that ramp at WrestleMania, his next level competitiveness hits an all-time high. That's why we've seen him have all-time WrestleMania classics against the likes of Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, and The Undertaker. But as for The Fiend, I need only remind you of what happened.
Perched up top. Knee drop. This has to be such an uneasy feeling for Punk right now. He's usually trying to outthink his opponents.
Yeah, but how in the world do you outthink something that doesn't even think like a human? I think Punk's going to have to rely on his speed and technical abilities here if he even wants to remotely have a chance at beating The Fiend. And a sit into the cover.
Wasting no time getting his shoulder up.
He breaks the count before the two, still putting up a hell of a fight. CM Punk bringing attacks to The Fiend, but will The Fiend shrug this off, as we've seen so frequently before? CM Punk with a quick movement. Uranagi connects. He's not done there.
He lets his opponent out of the submission.
Yeah, but who knows what damage has been done. Punk crafting an attack.
Driver spiked him. Oh, wow. Lights out. Slides under the ropes. Back into the ring. Well, according to my notes, CM Punk has in-ring experience against Bray Wyatt, but in reality, he's never seen this side of Bray.
Something else to note is that Punk's previous matches with Bray were tag team contests that included the rest of the Wyatt family.
Wow, so Punk's first ever singles match with Bray Wyatt is against The Fiend? I rarely bet against the best in the world, but this is a case where opponent lifted. Quick escape from danger there.
Cinching in a waistlock, but right hands.
Pop, 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 right to the jaw.
Calf kick on the money.
The Fiend has no control here.
Punk shifting things to his favor against The Fiend.
All on the apron, lifting it up into the ring. Bam! Suplex. Fiend might have it here. He breaks the pin before a 1 count.
Late in this one, and not even a 1 count.
Oh, that's a chop you don't want to be on the receiving end of.
Quick exchange, reversing the reversal. turns the tables with an elbow to the gut. Fiend eludes that.
Boom, did you hear the impact?
Punk's had enough. He's looking to end this here. Go to sleep. The Fiend got caught with all of it. Nice movement from Punk, and the Uranagi connects. And now, an anaconda.
A couple of knees there. That'll get him out of it.
And here goes Fiend, applying the submission hold tight now.
See? Trying to keep the hold on, but no, couldn't keep it locked in any longer.
What's it going to take to end it? It might be this. GTS connects. Is it the finishing touch Punk needs?
2. CM Punk beats the Fiend.
Here is your winner, CM Punk!
An honor to know him, to have worked with him, and to get one more chance to share the ring with him. Rest in power forever, Bray Wyatt. It's been quite the experience as the focal point of WWE 2K26 Showcase. We've revisited great wins, received a second chance at painful losses, created dream matches that I thought would forever elude me, and even attempted to provide a glimpse at what WWE would have looked like had I stayed. It's been a true privilege. Before we put a bow on it all, I'd like to ask Slingshot Technology for one final match. A match that lives as large as my biggest dreams. The opportunity to team with the best tag team partner in the world, my wife, AJ Lee. 3-time Divas champion, had WWE wrapped around her finger from the moment she arrived. Skilled in the ring and potent on the microphone.
The greatest Divas champion of all time. Me!
Remind you of anybody? She even dropped a pipe on of her own.
I have done more in 1 year than all of you have done in your entire collective careers.
A true revolutionary, AJ Lee deserves as much credit for the women's revolution and evolution as anyone, as she fought for every second of television time to lay the groundwork needed to push women's wrestling further than it had ever been before. And since she returned to WWE this past September,
AJ Lee! CM Punk's wife is here after a decade!
she's been helping remind everybody just how damn great she really is. Now, I'm sure there are people out there saying, but you've teamed with her before. And this is true. But that doesn't change the facts. And the facts are that anytime I get to team up with my wife, it's always a dream come true. Across the ring from us, I can only see WWE's resident it couple, The Miz and Maurice. Miz and I have had our issues through the years. That's hardly a secret. But while we don't see eye to eye on many things, I still appreciate what him and his wife have accomplished in their careers. And it would be an honor to attempt to take the it couple label off them and put it on two people who have proven to move the needle, CM Punk and AJ Lee. So let's close this showcase out in style. You've done incredible work to get this far, and now we'll let you choose how it all comes to an end. Miz and Maurice will want to turn in a performance so awesome that it stops us in our tracks. But let's be real here. This world belongs to punks like me and the missus.
Big-time tag team action underway here. CM Punk and AJ Lee take on The Miz and Maurice.
Yes, and we're about to find out just who is the true ultimate power couple here in WWE.
Well, there's only one it couple, and no offense, but it's not Punk and AJ. The camera loves Miz and Maurice, and Miz and Maurice know that nothing looks better on camera than beating two of the best in the world. And he gets directed into the corner.
He's able to counter that. AJ Lee recently making her WWE return after a decade away. She spent that time becoming a best-selling author, a TV and movie producer, and getting herself back in the proper mental state to compete again. Seems to have worked as she instantly reinserted herself into the main event scene.
That has to eat Maurice a bit. Don't get me wrong, Maurice has had some major matches since her retirement, but the vast majority of them have been at the side of her husband. I wonder if we see Maurice put a bit more effort to take command of this match tonight to prove that she can get back to the top of the women's division all by herself. Oh.
Miz gets drawn in.
Driver spiked him.
Maurice is mostly known today for her reality TV work, but it's easy to forget that she was one of the most dominant competitors of the Divas era.
That she was, Michael Cole. Maurice was the first woman to ever hold the Divas title on more than one occasion, and for the majority of the title's history, she was the longest reigning title holder at 211 days.
But that record was surpassed by the other woman in this match, AJ Lee. So not only is AJ Lee a better competitor in the women's division, she's a better diva too.
A lot of variables at play in this intergender tag match. All four competitors have been subject to mixed tag rules before. And the men could only fight the men and vice versa. But tonight, intergender fighting is allowed.
And I know both Maurice and AJ Lee have that chip on their shoulder. Maurice has always looked down on CM Punk and would love nothing more than hurting the best in the world. Let's not forget that AJ Lee used to be general manager of Raw, where Miz was a constant nuisance. Now she can let her frustration out without any fear of professional retribution.
You know what? I'm just going to say it. I believe CM Punk is jealous of The Miz.
Come on, Wade, jealous.
Punk peppering his opponent with attacks. Uranagi into the...
Not sure what he's thinking, letting go here. Now propped up in the corner. She reverses and creates an opportunity.
Maurice toying with her opponent. Quick tag in the corner. Now some double team offense incoming. From the top rope.
Dim the spotlight, roll the credits. Miz and Maurice are about to exit stage left.
Two.
There it is. Punk and AJ get the win.
Here are your winners, AJ Lee and CM Punk.
And what may be one of the most emotional wins of their collective careers, CM Punk and AJ Lee proved themselves tonight. For Lee, she proves she deserves to be back on top of the women.
Truly, truly fantastic. Facing a litany of all-time WWE greats, crossing through time and space itself, testing out new technology, we've experienced a showcase like no other and had a huge part in how it all ended up. How does it feel? What are you even talking into? I'm not holding a microphone, man. You gamers are weird, you know that? The classics never get old. Seriously, though, you should be proud of what you've accomplished here. Showcase built its name on ideals of honor and legacy and tradition and greatness, and I think I did them all justice here today. When we honor the past, when we keep the names of legends alive long after they're gone, we show respect to them for their own journeys. And here in the WWE 2K26 Showcase, I know we did things a little differently. Hell, there's some people out there that choose to do a full gauntlet instead of taking it one step at a time. insanity. But that's the point. We only get one go. And if you don't do it as authentically as possible, if you don't do it your way, then why even bother? I built my entire career on that approach. Some love it, some don't, but you can't win them all. And if you try, you will drive yourself crazy. So always do what's in your heart. Always. Thank you for letting me do the whole 2K showcase a little differently. Thank you for always having my back. And thank you for showing that a true underground kid can one day be the most mainstream success, as long as they stay true to themselves. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a dog waiting for me.